So what this means is actually we can calculate it as we've just said. And what I've actually decided to do is, in fact, let's not use 2 years as the convergence point. Let's use 3 years. We'll be conservative with this, right? Because it's not always going to play out, is it? So now to calculate, essentially what we're trying to work out is if we want to get a 26% return a year, which is 10x in 10 years, you need to find something. If it's going to take 3 years for the market to realize it, you need to find something which has opportunity to grow 26% a year for 3 years consecutively, which just so happens to be a 2x. If you don't believe me, test it out on the calculator. It works really conveniently this time. So if it's a 2x that you need to achieve a 26% return in 3 years, right? But that's assuming the fact that you're going to be right 100% of the time, but we're not. We're going to be right 50% of the time. So if we know that, what we can then do is we can get that 2x that we need to achieve and double it. So that means essentially whenever you look into an investment, if you don't see at least a 4x, you're not going to be able to guarantee yourself that 26% return that you're after, because again, like we've said, it needs to grow 26% a year for 3 years, plus you need to have a margin of safety for you to be wrong 50% of the time, meaning that some of them will grow 46% a year, and others will go to zero. Others will go flat, meaning that they might go up slightly. You may lose 30, 40%, 50%, and some may go up, but just nowhere near as much as you thought, because you just you'd missed out something, or you not quite fully appreciate something and you were wrong. So that means on the 50% that you were right, assuming the other half is break even, you could achieve your 26% return. But that means now every time you look at an investment, if you want a 26% return, excuse me, if you want a 26% return, that means you need to have at least a